You think you know your home. But what if you saw it on a government watch list? It started with a data leak on a deep web forum. 40 gigabytes of redacted PDF files. I found a file named Site42 layout.pdf. My cursor hovered over it for a full minute before I clicked. The file was corrupted, but the preview image loaded instantly. It was my living room floor plan. Every socket, every vent, every structural flaw was marked. They even knew about the loose floorboard under my bed. Notes in the margins detailed anomaly feeding times. They weren't watching the house. They were watching what lives inside it. I looked up from my desk. The air in the room felt heavy, like it had been pressurized by someone else's lungs. A log dated 3 days ago stated, "Subject has integrated with the primary resident." Integrated. What does that even mean? I scrolled down to the basement level. The PDF showed a room that shouldn't exist behind my furnace. The document called it the digestion chamber. I grabbed my phone and headed toward the stairs. The stairs felt longer than usual. 12 steps turned into 20. I was descending into a space that didn't fit the house. The PDF updated itself in real time on my phone. A small blue dot marked my location. It was moving toward a red dot labeled Entity. I reached the basement door. It was cold to the touch, frosted with a layer of something that wasn't ice. Inside, the furnace was off, but the room was humming. A low, rhythmic vibration that shook the marrow in my bones. I found the hidden wall. The bricks were fake, made of a soft, pulsing material that felt like skin. I pushed through. The space beyond was a perfect replica of my bedroom, but everything was white and featureless. No windows. No doors. Just the hum and the smell of ozone. I checked the PDF again. The text changed. Resident has entered the observation deck. I wasn't in my house anymore. I was in the exhibit. I saw a movement in the white mirror. It wasn't my reflection. It was a man in a hazmat suit holding a clipboard. He wasn't looking at me. He was taking notes on the integrated resident. Me. The PDF scrolled to a new page. Protocol 9. Termination of redundant consciousness. I felt a sharp pain in the back of my neck. Like a needle made of data was being driven into my spine. The room began to dissolve into pixels. The white walls fell away to reveal the true Site42. Millions of us. Each in our own house. Each living a simulated life for the sake of containment. The breach wasn't something getting in. It was me finding out where I really was. A voice crackled over an invisible intercom. Subject 42A has achieved awareness. Initiate reset. The PDF on my phone displayed a countdown. 5, 4, 3. I tried to run, but my legs weren't mine anymore. They were just lines of code stretching into the floor. The man in the hazmat suit walked toward me. He held a device that looked like a heavy-duty eraser. "Wait," I screamed. But my voice was just a series of dial-up modem tones. He touched the wand to my forehead. The world didn't go black. It went null. I woke up at my desk. The monitor was off. The house was quiet. A dream. It had to be a dream. Just a nightmare triggered by reading too many creepypastas. I reached for my mouse to shut down the computer. The screen turned on by itself. There was one file on the desktop. Site42, layout v2.pdf. I didn't open it. I didn't have to. The file opened itself, spanning across the entire screen. A new note was added in the corner. Resident 42B is now active. 42B? What happened to A? I heard a noise from the basement. A heavy, wet thwack against the floorboards. The layout on the screen began to shift. The walls were moving in the PDF, and I could hear them moving in the house. My bedroom door was gone. In its place was a smooth, white wall of skin-like brick. I looked at the window. Outside wasn't my street. It was just a grid of white cubes stretching to infinity. The PDF updated one last time. Containment failure in Site 42. Purge initiated. The ceiling began to leak. Not water. It was liquid data, black and viscous, raining down on my bed. I tried to scream, but the liquid filled my mouth. It tasted like copper and old batteries. Through the black sludge, I saw them. The entities. They weren't monsters. They were janitors. They didn't hate me. I was just a smudge on the glass they needed to clean. Protocol complete, one of them spoke. Its voice was a recording of my own mother's voice, played backward. I felt myself being compressed. My body, my memories, my fear, all being zipped into a single folder. The PDF closed. The desktop was empty. The computer was gone. Then a new folder appeared. Site 43. I wasn't the first, and I won't be the last. Every house you see in this neighborhood, they're all sites. Check your own files. Look for the layout. Look for the notes in the margins. If you find a room that shouldn't be there, don't enter it. Don't even look at the door, because once you're aware, the containment protocol begins. And the janitors are very efficient. I can hear them now. They're at the front door. They have the key. They're not here to kill me. They're here to archive me, to put me back in the PDF. Goodbye. I'll see you in the next leak. Maybe your house will be next to mine. Wait. Someone just opened the file. Is that you? Run. Delete the PDF before it finishes loading your kitchen. System error. Site 42 offline. Archive complete.